see this definition from Harvard's Corporate Social Responsibility Initiative at the Kennedy School, and they say that corporate social responsibility encompasses not only what companies do with their profits, but also how they make them.
So these sort of activities give us a hand into the hotel and resorts, but I hope there's not too many questions on the actual hotel and resort remedies, spa remedies themselves, because we normally get involved in the environmental engineering side of the business.
Do is work with smaller brands. I'm on the product side, so I'm trying to work on the end consumer to try and identify niche, organic and natural brands and try to help them grow. But more than just help them grow through commercialization, which is actually not that hard, is to make sure that how they're using their business to influence their community.
There was a lot of concern because Shangri-La is a company. They try to be generally quite low-key on some of these issues because they don't want to be putting themselves on a paradigm to be shot down. We are a work in progress. We are a company which has grown over time. We're developing very, very quickly.
Sexuality is back, drugs are back, and you only have to look at global patterns of consumption. The rates of AIDS infection are increasing. They wouldn't be increasing if that's not part of the cultural milieu we're living in.
So from a marketing point of view, how much better can it get than having direct access to the customer's, to the customer's brain actually, that influences all these things.
We are supposed to be translators. We're not just bringing news to people, we're also translating events into common language. So I think we would go to the medical profession and listen to, with all due respect, a lot of the jargonistic words and just put it down into common sense for the reader.
These are all the areas where the spa industry, correct me if I'm wrong, these are all areas where I feel, from a writing perspective, the spa industry is light. You may have access to that data. You may be able to present that data, but you haven't yet communicated it to those who write about the industry in a sense that we can then pass it on to your potential consumer.
Set a context and really explore the topic in light of all the different opportunities that may be in there for us as an industry going forward, and for each of us being at different stages of development. And even for those of us that have been around for a long time, go back, look at the basics and think about it, look at it with fresh eyes. So that's the intent behind the presentation.
We knew we wanted to have a product perspective as well, but again, not one of the big players. We wanted to have a local brand, a true homegrown brand that is working on establishing itself as a real international global brand.
Which we are like a private banker to your health. That is what I believe. St. Gregory Spa is like your private bankers
I don't know if
to your
that's
health. The therapy is just providing you the relaxation. But the fitness part is very important. And the healthy lifestyle, it includes the healthy mind, healthy body.
It was not something that we set out to create. But because I think at that time that we were talking about Tanah Merah, there was not really a lot of exposure about branding. But now, we realize that there is a need.
We're there to be close to our customers, especially at a life-threatening moment. So we don't care what the cost of it is. We're going to truck it in there. So every soldier has it almost as an essential ration. So every soldier comes out of there thinking, this is my friend, because friendship was an equity they wanted. When Coca-Cola wanted to film historic moments, they went to the Berlin Wall when it was crashing because they wanted to embed into life-changing moments in history. They wanted to be there, layered into your memories. So there's a lot of very heavy subliminal stuff that goes on.
What he said was the brand is nothing until you attach things to it. I think that's the most important thing that he told me anyway.
There were people who warned me, and they said, be careful, the subject, the products, and the spas, and the people that use the products can be a controversial subject. But being German, we're born with controversy, like Jörg Dingwood can probably confirm. So here we go.
The first thing for the spas to choose it is that the spa brand and the product brand have to reflect each other's quality. So that's really where the end consumer's choice comes in. But the other things that I think are important from a spa point of view are obviously things like the service level, the training level that a product brand are giving. And also, very important point obviously is cost of treatment. So the whole product brand has got to fit in with the business plan of the spa.
Actually, the cuisine and the spa product is not far away. Actually, when I think to create the products, and from that I will create from that ingredient people eat in the old day to transfer to be the products.
That you have a lot of meetings and a lot of dialogue between the spa manager and yourself until you work the treatment out, and you'll experiment, because we do some kitchen development sometimes, until the product is right and the mix is right. So it's a bit of both. I think we discussed yesterday a lot of issues sometimes with costs. And I think this is an ethical question that we put out is, how much value do we give our clients for the cost or the money they pay for the treatment? Is there any relationship between that?
If you can go back to your spa and you go to the shelf and you take just your body lotion and you can make this with your product, and you will be not 5 minutes later in the hospital, it could be that you're on the safe side.
Everyone, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the 5th Spa Asia Crystal Awards this year here in Kuala Lumpur, my home country, my hometown.